friends, welcome back to A's learning journey. How many of you know how to swim? Please raise your hands. Yeah, I know many of you know how to swim. But do you remember your initial days of swimming class? Try to remember. In the meanwhile, I'll show you something. Here I have two oranges, but one is peeled and a glass of water. Will this orange sink or float? Please log your answers before watching further. Let's see. Yay! It's floating. Hope your answers matched with it. If not, let's try again. But this time with a peeled orange. Don't forget, it's the time to log your answers. Huh? It sank. So, you all might be thinking, when the peel is removed, it makes the orange much smaller. But still, why did it sink? That's because in the peel of an orange, there are tiny little pockets of air, which makes the orange less dense than the water and it floats. But when the peel is removed, there are no air pockets, so it makes the orange more dense than the water and it sinks. Here you can just allay or relate it with a life jacket you used in your initial swimming class. That's why I asked you to remember your initial swimming class. So, the peel just acts like a life jacket. Somewhere in this experiment, we heard the word dense. But what is it? Yeah, here arises a question. What is density? In simple terms, density is how much stuff you have in how much space. In scientific terms, it's the mass of an object divided into its volume. So, to calculate the density of this object, we first need to know the mass and volume of the object. Density equals mass divided by volume. Here, the volume isn't related to the sound, but it's how much space an object takes up. This is how density is defined, but that's not the end. An interesting experiment is waiting for you. Ta-da! Here comes the amazing 4-layer liquid density tower experiment. The 4 liquids are maple syrup, water, oil, and dish soap. I also have a few objects to see which sinks and which floats and in which liquid. I better get my mom's help to pour in the liquids. Wait for a while, please. Yay! My 4 layers are ready. But just a note, we colored the water blue so that you'll be able to see it. And remember, pour each layer carefully, otherwise it'll all mess up. It's a time to add the objects. Add them carefully. One screw. Huh? Look, it dropped to the bottom of the layer tower to the maple syrup. Now, let's add the grape. And grape inside, it went on top of the maple syrup. It's inside the dish soap. Let's add the dice. Dice going for a swim. Look, it looks like it went to the bottom of the maple syrup too. Now let's add the small ball. Oh yeah. It looks like it's settled on top of the maple syrup, just like the grape. Big ball. And go in it. Look, it looks like it's on top of all the layers. Now let's add the pom-pom ball. Look, it's also settled on top of all the... Wait, no. Look, it's sinking. It looks like it's going to settle on top of the water. Yeah, it's sinking. See? And it's settled. See how all the things are settled. So, here's a conclusion. The density of all the objects we dropped in vary from each other. So, if the liquid is less dense than that object, the object sinks in that layer. But if the liquid is more dense than that object will float on top of that layer. This is all about the amazing 4-layer liquid density tower experiment. Even you tried with the different objects. It's very fun. Bye. Thanks for watching. Wait a minute. The minion Yay GIF was created by my sister Kushi. Thanks, Kushi Akka. Please